Alright, welcome back to the channel, Florida Barndominiums. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about selecting windows or sliding glass doors, as you see on either side of me. So the first step we're going to do, we're going to use one of two options. So this video, we're going to use pgt.com. We're going to type that in, and you can select any of those. They're all going to take you back here. They got a lot of sponsored links there. So from here, we can select windows and we can select sliding glass doors. So let's start with windows. Browse by style. Let's see, we don't want to do that. We want to go by performance. So the majority of you, excuse me, sorry about that. Majority of you are going to be looking for hurricane resistant. So we're going to click on that. And we want to see that it says impact resistant at the top here, because that's what we're looking for. So these are the different shapes, styles, what have you, that they offer in an impact resistant window. And in the majority of Florida, that's what we want. Now, some of you in the north, we don't need that. It is kind of a safety thing. It's a lot harder to break in through a impact resistant window than it is a standard window. These are designed, they're missile tested, and what that means is when you hear that missile tested and you think of a fighter jet shooting missiles, that'd be pretty cool, but that's not exactly how it's done. There's a 2x4 loaded into a cannon, and the 2x4 is fired at the window, and they fire it, so I want to say it's at the speed. I wonder if they tell us here somewhere. So they're rated to 165 miles an hour for my area, meaning that 2x4 is going to hit that window at 165 miles an hour. Now, it's certainly going to break the window, but there's a film on there, and it's not going to allow it to penetrate the window. And the penetration is what we're trying to prevent, because once that window is penetrated, and now that allows the air to come in. So like in this picture right here, you've got this beautiful, huge window behind the sink. If that window was broken out and the air could come in there, but the rest of the house is intact, the air has to find a way out. So typically the weakest way out is for the roof to lift off. And you see a lot of hurricanes have the roof lifts off of houses, and that's why. So if your window does break out and you're in the home and you start getting that wind, you start opening some doors, windows, whatever, let the wind out. That's the thing. It's looking for a way out. It got in and needs to get out. So that could help save your roof. But if we've got impact resistant windows, the wind's not going to get in. So let's go down here to the most common thing. Single hung. Where is our single hung windows? Here we go. The SH5500. That is our most common window that we sell and put in a home. So here we go. A nice little beach picture. A little dock in the background. Let's scroll down. So when you're looking at windows, you got several options here. So we got equal here, which is what in a bedroom you're going to have this because you need egress. Egress is this area on the bottom here that opens up, has to equal to, on the first floor, 5 square feet. On the second floor, it has to equal 5.7 square feet. So we typically just go with that second floor number anyway, so that we got the same windows throughout the house. Now, if it's not going in a bedroom, and it's going someplace, well, they changed the picture on us. If it's going someplace like this, and so you've got the grass here. If we brought that bar down a little bit, we'd have a better view of that water. It'd be unobstructed. So we could go over here to Pro View, bring that bar down, it gives us a larger top pane, and we don't need egress windows in the living room or sitting rooms or offices or any place we're not sleeping regularly. We don't have to have an egress window. So we can change that to that Pro View and get that larger view on the top side of the window. Now your other option, or your next option, is going to be frame colors. Now white is going to be, in an aluminum window, white is going to be the cheapest option. These other colors are more expensive. I said aluminum, I meant vinyl. In vinyl, these other colors are going to be more expensive because the vinyl is extruded and they have to color that vinyl. Whereas if we go to, do they have options here? It doesn't look like they're giving us an option right here to choose between vinyl and aluminum. If you want a color other than white, aluminum is the cheapest way to go because it's painted. The drawback that I see with aluminum is it can get scratched, and then you see the silver, the color of the aluminum behind the paint. Now you can touch that up, you can get some paint, you can fix it, but with a vinyl, if it gets scratched, the color is throughout, and it's going to be much less noticeable. So let's go down here to grid options. Now, as we were playing with this, I noticed that it'll give you, now it's going to show me all of them. It wouldn't show me that while ago unless I opened the window. So there's an interior look. So that's what the interior of the window looks like. You got your locks. Oh, here I'm pointing at it like you can see my finger. You got your locks here. You got your tabs to grab and pull that window up, and then you flip it around. This is what the exterior of the window looks like. That's what it looks like open, and that is what it looks like closed. And flip that around again to interior. You see your locks come down here. So that gives you a couple of different options. So that we can go back up here and we can go to equal if we're putting it in the bedroom, and we can see what that looks like. We can change the frame color to black. We go back, we check out this other grid option. So, and we can custom order other grid options. This is just a small sampling of what's available. And then these tint colors, yeah, it's not going to show us those on this window. But you can get the window tinted. It typically, I believe it's either this green or this Azura blue is our typical tint. And what that does is, let's see, let's go to exterior and see if it, no, it doesn't do it there either. So what that tint does is it helps prevent you being able to see in from the outside. And when the sun's just right, you can't see in at all. Now with the clear, obviously you can, but some of these other tints, they help prevent from being able to see in. They help prevent sunlight and heating. Now, one thing it doesn't show here is insulation, but we typically do argon gas in the windows, which will help prevent heat. We've done some tests on windows. So just a standard non-impact window, no argon gas. You're going to see about a 7-degree difference in temperature on those windows. So that's the temperature on the internal pane. So that's a pretty good difference. If we go back, so doors, we're only looking at sliding glass doors with them, but again, we want impact resistant. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of options here, but there's going to be about the same. You're going to pick color. I don't typically see grids. Why did it go there? I was supposed to be going to look at doors. I clicked on the doors. Browse by performance. Oh, let's try that again. I don't know why it's doing that to us. It's not going there. But we just go back to windows. Sliding glass doors is pretty much the same as the windows without grids. You're going to look for your color of your sash, the tinting on your glass. Now, these casement windows, we can put those up high to let sunlight in. We can put them over a door. Let's go down here, like an awning type window. Here's just some big picture windows if you have water view or something. These horizontal rollers, sometimes we put these in kitchens behind a sink or a counter, so for like a pass-through out to an outdoor cooking area. Or a horizontal roller window. Sometimes we put these in bathrooms. You can do obscured glass. There's just lots of different options here. But this is pretty much... Oh, here we go. There's your options for aluminum versus vinyl. So we could go over to select aluminum. And it looks like you're going to have pretty much the same options. It did take away our double hung option to go to aluminum. So if we go back to vinyl, let it update, it does give us a double hung option. So that is, if you have a second story, the double hung option is what you want. Let's see if it shows us a picture. What that's going to allow you to do is actually raise and lower, but there's tabs right there, you just barely see. You'll squeeze those tabs in and that window will actually fold in so that you can clean the outside of it. And a lot of times that top will drop down and fold in so you can clean it as well. So that's just a little take on windows. So PGT, the other option is, let's see if I can change this up here to CWS. And let's see what comes up with CWS. Here we go. They're out of Ocala. Let's go to their website just real quick. Okay, we got windows and doors. Let's go windows. So it looks like they got two different impacts here. They got a Storm Strong and a Hurricane Guard, are both impact. Don't know the difference, to be honest. We haven't sold a whole lot of these, but we'll just go real quick. I mean, you're just going to come here. Pretty much whatever you find on this page. Well, they got a lot more information here. They're talking about low E glass. Impact resisted laminated glass, non-impact laminated glass. So non-impact laminated glass is going to mainly be, well, so it's like tempered. So what it does is it's going to break, it's going to shatter, but that laminated helps hold it together. It's kind of like a car, like a windshield or something. You'll see they break, but they don't go everywhere. Gray tinted, so they looks like CWS is showing you a lot more stuff. We got the grids between the glass, which is going to be very common on all windows nowadays. A lot of people worry about these grids and they don't want them because they don't want to clean, but the grids are actually between the glass on most windows and doors. If we do a half light or a 3/4 light door, those grids are going to be inside the glass. Your buttons here, screens, they just give you a lot more information. I honestly haven't been to their site, so, but we can get you any of these. Let's see, that was vinyl. Let's go check out what they got us for aluminum here. So it doesn't look like they have as many colors. Well, looky here, even they show you the gray tint, the bronze tint, green. Obscured is typically what you're going to put on a bathtub or something, unless you're just out in the middle of nowhere. And tempered is if you're someplace you don't need impact, but you have really large windows, or if they're above a certain height off the floor, typically we have to have those tempered. Low E glass. So now here's a raised. So this is actually on the outside of the glass, which most people don't want these days. Grid patterns, or they call it grill patterns. So a lot more information over here at CWS. But there you go. You're going to go to one of these two sites, check out the windows. And doors, we'll go here. So you want Hurricane. Mainly you're looking at sliding glass doors. We have a different dealer for like these man doors. Now we do have other dealers for higher end, like stacking sliding glass doors, different things. And if that's what you want, we can talk about that. But just for selecting your standard windows and doors, this is where you're going to go. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you got any questions or comments, please leave them below in the video. And as always, stay tuned to check out the next one.